and then we can get started. All right, yeah, so hacky sack required for today's class. If you don't have one, you can take like a sock and just roll it up, like really anything you can hold in the palm of your hand that won't break when it falls to the ground. And let me just mute everyone, and then we can get started. Mute. Fantastic. Okay. So find your seat. We're going to start with a little bit of deep breathing. So plant your feet onto the ground, sit up nice and tall, palms facing the ceiling, and just keep the shoulders and the neck really relaxed as you inhale here. And breathe out. Right? Breathing is something that's autonomic. It just happens naturally, but you can start to develop control over it when you think about it. But we want it to ultimately be quite relaxed. You don't want to have to force your breath in and out. So we're just paying attention to it here. We're controlling the pace and the tempo, but it should stay pretty relaxed still. All right, we're inhaling as you lift the arms up, thinking of expanding the rib cage, and let the arms fall as you exhale. One more time, breathe in, and breathe out. Good, relax those shoulders, place them on your lap, sit up tall again, and you want to just make sure that your head's not pushed too far forward. So you're going to pull your chin back slightly, and we'll rotate the head from side to side. For every inch that your head is shifted forward, it adds an extra 10 pounds of load to the muscles that support the back of your neck. So that's why we just do that little chin tuck to try to bring the head back on top of the spine. And back and forth here, we're still breathing comfortably. Keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels more comfortable to you. All right, one more time. And now let's look straight ahead. Again, sit up tall. You can bring the chin back just slightly. And we're going to drop the ear down to the shoulder. Choose a side. You should feel a nice stretch through the side of the neck. And switch. Just back and forth, really slow. We're getting into the upper trap muscles. So yeah, you can hold onto the underside of your seat if you'd like, or even just have your arms dangling by your side, or you can rest it on your lap. They're often a very tight muscle for a lot of individuals, this upper trap. The trap actually goes all the way down to the middle of your back. So there's the upper portion, which is where most people get a lot of their tension. You have the middle portion that brings and squeezes your shoulder blades together. And then you have the lower portion that's often tends to be really weak. So there's often an imbalance between the different sections of the trap muscles. And this time, if you'd like, you can take your hand, place it on top of your head, and just apply a gentle pull. Okay, not too hard. You should still be able to breathe comfortably through this. Good, and then we're gonna release, move the shoulder around, and switch to the other side. So ear to shoulder, if you'd like, you can take your hand, place it on top of your head, and just pull down very gently. You feel this in your neck and almost all the way down to your shoulder. Your neck and your shoulders are very connected. One more breath here. And good, slow release. Just wiggle the shoulders around, move your head around, get some blood flow back into those muscles. And now, again, sit up tall, chin back slightly, bring the chin down to the chest, right? And try to just relax your head. Use the weight of your head to pull down on the back of your neck. And we're going to slowly start to look up. Elevate the chin towards the ceiling. Good. And look down again. Letting the head be very heavy here. And then again, we're going to look up. Think of lengthening your spine first before lifting your chin up. You don't want too much compression in the back of your neck. Relax any tension that you might have in your jaw. Let's do that one more time. Look down. And look up. Right? Lengthen the neck and then elevate the chin. And good. Slowly come back to center, and we'll do some gentle head circles. Choose a direction. You can keep your eyes open or closed. Good. And change directions. Breathing, thinking of elongating the neck as you rotate. 2 more. And good. All right, let's bring the palms together like so. Take a deep breath in, reach the fingertips overhead, and then you're gonna open up, squeeze those shoulder blades together, really expand your chest muscles. You might feel a stretch into your biceps as well. Inhale, and big exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Very good, we'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in, and open up. Good, and once more. Breathe in, elevate the fingertips to the ceiling, and then we'll open. We'll get the hands on the head like this. You're gonna take a deep breath in and open up your arms, squeezing your shoulder blades together and popping your chest forward. Exhale, relax. Inhale, expand the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and relax. A more subtle detail, you can think of putting your shoulder blades down into your back pocket. So try not to shrug your shoulders here as you're pulling your arms back. Right? That might over-engage the upper traps, muscles we were stretching earlier. Relax. And one more time. And good, relax, shake that out. Okay, we're gonna interlace the fingers like this, keep the arms out, and we're just gonna do a nice figure 8 in front of the body. Yeah, you can start small, and if that feels comfortable, you're gonna start to bring your arms a little bit further around the body. One arm might bend as you come to the side, so it's okay. Right, back and forth. Okay, change direction, start small again. We're just painting figure 8 in front of the body. Right, getting larger and larger with each rotation. You can see that the torso really has to move here to allow the shoulders to move. And good, shake that out. It depends on if you have like a backrest or how your chair is positioned, but you're gonna have your arms out in front like this. I'm gonna put mine out to the side a little bit more since I have a bench. And you're gonna pull your arms back. So this is our A position. Then you'll swing your arms up, keep your arms straight, and bring it overhead. I, back to the A, back to the I. Oops. And if you want, you can do this from standing as well. A's and I's. A's and I's. So let's start to make it a little bit more dynamic. Let's start to swing the arms a bit more. A's and I's. A, I, 2 more times. A, I, A, and I. Ooh, shake that out, let the blood flow. Return to your fingertips. We're gonna reach behind the head. All right, imagine you're brushing or tying your hair. So just move your hands around. You don't have to think about it too much. And then you'll reach back behind your back as if you're tying an apron. So you may have to scooch forward on your seat if you have a backrest. All right, reach behind the head. You can always shake it out between the movements too, because it's pretty tough on the rotator cuff here. And again, shake, shake if you need it. Reach behind the back. Really just visualize yourself tying an apron. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach behind the head. Let those shoulders come back, move around. And then behind the back. And 1 more time. Reach behind the head. And behind the back, last one. Fantastic. And let's just do some shoulder rolls here, nice and gentle. Shoulders should feel nice and warm now. And change directions. And good. Whew. Okay, let's do it again. So with the shoulder movements, let's place the palms together. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, open up. So you can see when we're moving our shoulders around, your spine is also going to move, especially the upper spine, the thoracic spine. It's hard to isolate the movement of the shoulders without moving the spine. They both work together. Good. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's get the hands on the head like this. You're going to take a deep breath in, open up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and exhale to relax. Inhale, open up. And if you can think of pulling your shoulder blades down into your back pocket as well, that can help ease some of the tension on your upper traps. 2 more times. Open up, breathing in. Relax. And when you're inhaling, you're really thinking of opening up your rib cage in the front, just below the collarbones. And relax. Good. Let's interlace the fingers like this, figure 8. And if you can start to rotate your shoulders so that you're leading with your thumbs. Lead the movement with your thumbs. Good. And now we'll go in the other direction. You can lead with your pinkies. Or the other way around, depending on which direction you started with. A little bit larger. Good. And for this next one, if you want, you can stand up for it. A's, I's, A's, and I's. Arms back. Extension and flexion. Breathing. 1 more time. And good. Okay, shake, shake, shake. We're going to reach behind the head. Wash the hair, braid the hair, tie it, scratch your back, whatever you really want to think about here. Think of putting a necklace on even. You can also reach behind the back. So try not to roll forward too much. You want to try to keep the chest proud and really allow the shoulders to come back to do the work. Okay? Reach behind the head. Right? Think of maybe putting a necklace on, scratching the back of your upper back. And good. Reach behind your back, tie your apron. If this is getting a little easier, you can work up your back. So try to reach towards your shoulder blades. And again, 1 more time for each. And relax your neck muscles here. You'll notice that there's a lot of just tension when we're working really hard. And behind the back. All right, tying the apron. And good, let's just do some shoulder rolls now. Continuing to breathe. Very good, change directions. hands on the knees like this. We're gonna do some cat-cow. So we'll start by slouching in the chair, bringing the chin to the chest, just really rounding out the spine. And then you're gonna slowly lift your chest up towards the ceiling, lift your chin towards the ceiling. And if you can think about it, think of lifting your tail up as well. Right, nice slow transition back to that flexed or rounded position. Head down, chest down, tail down. And continuing to breathe through all of this. Right, back and forth. You can see I'm moving really slowly, and I want you to really think about trying to get each segment of the spine to move. Right, that's why we have individual vertebrae, is to really allow for this type of movement. Relax the jaw when you're looking down. And one more time, lift up. And we're breathing. Very nice. Okay, sitting up, back to the neutral position. You'll take one hand, place it behind your head, flare the elbow open, and then continue to turn your chest. So try to follow your elbow with your eyes. You might not go very far, and that's okay. And then slowly come back. And again, just try to breathe that whole time. Switch. So try to have your belly button pointing forward, and you're going to turn your chest. So you're really twisting and separating the segments of your spine so that it can rotate. Turn your head, turn your chest, keep your lower abdomen stable. Come back. Good, switch again. Elbow opens up. We're looking over the shoulder. Right? Your breathing should become a little bit more restricted when you're twisted like this. And come back. You still want to think of taking as expansive of a breath as you can. Right? Really try to expand the lungs, to push out on the rib cage. Get a little bit of extra stretching through those respiratory muscles. And come back. All right, we're going to do a nice lateral bend. So you're reaching overhead, feeling that nice stretch through the side of your body, and then come back. Reach overhead again. So your other hand, you can reach down to the floor. You can place it on your hip, or you can place it across your lap, or even support yourself on your chair or on your armrest. You have that option. Opening up. And switch. You can also let your head tilt a little bit too. Good. All right, one more time on each side. And last one. Very good. Okay. Give yourself a nice big hug and really reach around. So I'm trying to reach towards my shoulder blades here. Lock your elbows into your torso. So really tight with the elbows. And using your torso, you're going to try to make some circles. So you can imagine you have paintbrushes on your elbows and you're trying to draw a little circle. But the trick is to really use the torso to guide the movement. You don't want just your arms to move. Let the torso guide your arms, which may be a little bit more restrictive. Good. Change directions if you'd like. You can also switch which arm is resting on top. And you're also taking nice deep breaths here. And one more rotation. Okay, very good. Shake that out, wiggle the spine around. We're gonna move down into the hips. So let's start by doing our hip openers. You're gonna lift your knee up, open up, tap, and bring it back in. Lift, open, and tap, bring it back in. Good. I want to try to do this with control, so try not to drop your leg right down to the ground. Open and tap, and in. One more time. Out, and in. Now, let's bring the legs wide like this. We're going to drop both knees in towards the center. You may feel a stretch on the outside of the hips, and then come back and open up. You can breathe out. Think of squeezing with your thighs. Inhale, relax, and open up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, relax. 2 more times. And 1 more. Exhale, squeeze. And inhale, open up. And we're going to do the opposite. So let's bring the feet and the knees together. This time you're going to open, let the knees fall open, and actively try to push your knees down towards the ground. Right? Inhaling to push down. Good. Come back. Right? Open up. And exhale. So I'm actively pushing through the end of the range. You don't, obviously if you're having any pain here, just back off of the movement. You can just let the knees fall open. If you're having any pain in the knees, so specifically like sharp, sudden onset pain in the knees, we want to avoid that. Right, opening up. And relax. And this time we're going to stay open. You don't have to actively push out. You can bring your feet a little closer together now so that the soles are touching. I want you to see if you can lift your leg up and then lower back down. So lift up, try to look at the bottom of your foot and come back. Lift and lower, lift and lower. It's okay if it doesn't come up very high. Lift and lower. 1 more time. Lift and lower. Very good. Let's extend one leg, point the toes, lock out the knee so it's a completely straight leg. You can even think of pushing your knee down a little bit. That's going to help you engage your quads. Then we'll lift the straight leg up 5 times. On the 5th one, we're going to hold it. 2, try not to lean back. 3, 4, 1 more. This time we'll hold it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake that out. Open and close the knee. Just relax the hip. And we'll switch to the other side. So point your toes down, lock out the knee, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, shake that out. Open and close the knee. And we'll go into a nice wide sumo stance. So wide stance here, and then you'll take a little step out with each foot, so it's just a little longer. Good. So you should see your toes peeking out beyond your knees. Keep your back straight, arms across your chest like this. I'm gonna make sure I'm on my seat so it don't fall off. And you're gonna hinge forward, so leading with your belly button. Try not to round your spine. You should feel a stretch in your hamstrings and through the groin. Once you can't go any further, you're gonna drive your feet into the ground. That's going to be what brings you back up. So you want to try to avoid using your lower back muscles here. Keep your back straight. Obviously your back has to be engaged to maintain the straightness, and use the soles of your feet to really push and interact with the ground. 2 more times. Take your time here. So feel that stretch on the inner thighs and the back of the legs. And drive the feet into the ground. And 1 more time. So you're stretching on the way down, strengthening on the way up. And drive. Very nice. Okay, let's go back to the starting movement here. Open up the hip and return. Switch, open and return. Good. Couple more times. Out. And one more time on each side. Out and in. We'll go into a wide stance again. Breathe out and squeeze the thighs together. It's okay if they don't touch. And relax with the inhale. Exhale, squeeze. You can imagine you're trying to give someone a really, really tight hug. Good, and come back. Squeeze the thighs. You're training your adductors, right? The groin muscles, the muscles that pull your legs closer together. They also provide stability when you're balancing, to provide stability for your pelvis as well. Good, and one more time. Squeeze, 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 and relax. And now we'll do the opposite, so we'll bring the feet and the knees together. You're gonna open up, and I want you to push down. Imagine you're trying to bring the outside of your knees down towards the floor. You may feel some of your glute muscles engage as you do this. And come back. So we're just doing the opposite here, training the abductors outside of the hips. Open up. And return. Open. And return. One more time. Open. And return. We'll do our straight leg raises. Point your toes, lock out your knee. 5 lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake it out. Switch. Point your toes, lock out the knee. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Shake that out. Wide stance again. Right, our seated good morning. So go into a wide stance. Take a step out with each foot. Keep your back straight, arms across. Lead with your belly button. Right, so try not to round your spine at all. Feel that stretch, feel the tension building up, and then you're gonna push the soles of your feet to come back up. So the same muscles you're stretching on the way down are the same muscles that you're going to be using to pull yourself back up or to push yourself back up. And push, 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 push. If you have any issues with blood pressure and level changing, maybe go a little bit slower. You don't want to drive up too quickly. And one more. Very good. Okay. You can sit back in your chair, shoot a leg out, and we're going to do some gentle ankle circles. So work very slowly here. You're looking for smoothness in the movement. And again, we're just isolating the movement of just the ankle. So try not to allow the entire leg to move. You really just want to see your foot and your ankle rotating. Very good. And change directions. Take your time. It may require more concentration than you think. Good. Okay, relax, relax. Switch to the other side. Nice big, smooth circles. You want to take your time with it. You should feel different parts of your shin working. You'll feel the back of your calves. You're going to feel the front of your shin engaging. There's muscles surrounding your entire lower leg that control the movement of your foot. Good, and change directions again. Take your time. All of these lower leg muscles are really important for returning venous blood, old blood, back to the heart, deoxygenated blood. Because we don't have pumps like our arteries do in our veins. So the movement of our calves and the muscles that live in the lower leg actually help to return blood back to the heart to be recycled. So this is also really important for preventing blood clots as well. And good, give it a nice little shake. Fantastic. Okay, from here we're going to go from a seated position to standing. Use your hands if you need it. You're going to shift the weight forward towards your feet. So you're putting all the weight into the soles of your feet, and then we're going to stand up. So sometimes you might need a little bit more momentum, especially those with really long femurs. Okay, hips come back, so your butts are going to go back, and then we're going to slowly lower down by bending the knees. Use your hands again if you need it. If this is feeling good for you, you can add a little bit of weight to it just by holding a dumbbell. Good. Hips go back, bend the knees, control the descent. Good. Come on back up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. So you're just kind of clenching your butt cheeks together at the top of the movement. That's going to help you engage your glutes. Come back down. And one more time, stay standing. Very good. Okay, feet about hip width apart. If you have a chair, you can bring it in front of you just so that you can have support, because we're going to work on our balance a little bit here. So just for something to have just in case, or you can just hold on to it if it feels safer. Slight bend to your knees. We'll start by just shifting the weight from side to side. So you're going to put more weight on one side and take off weight on the other. And switch. Slowly put that foot down, shift the weight, and then your heel can start to come up on the other side. So we're not going all the way yet. You're just working with this weight transfer, feeling your center of gravity shift from side to side. And we want to have a nice, smooth, controlled transition. Right, you can go a little bit further each time. All right, now this time when we come back, I want you to find a spot that you can hold, somewhere that you don't feel like you're going to fall, but your balance is challenged a bit. So your ankles should be wiggling a bit, your toes should be engaged, and that's a good sweet spot. You can have your hands out just for a little more balance too. And you'll get lighter and lighter on that leg, eventually making it much easier to pick the foot up completely. And switch. And shift the weight. Always have that slight bend to the knees. And it always helps if you can find a spot to look at, something that's not moving. But if this starts to get easier for you, you can start to shift your gaze slowly around your room. Okay, shift again. Spread, if you're barefoot or if you're in socks, try to spread your toes. It gives you a little bit more platform to stand on. Good. And one more time. And you may have been in a very narrow canoe before. It tends to be very tippy versus a big, wide canoe. You're going to have a lot more stability that way. So you can think of your feet in the same way. The wider your base of support, the more stability you're going to have. Very nice. Okay, now if you want, you can hold on to your chair. You're going to lift up the leg completely. So remember, shift first and then lift up the foot. You can periodically remove your hands from whatever is supporting you, whether it's your chair or whether it's the wall. You can just start to test yourself. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just hold on. You're still gaining the strength to support your entire body weight on one foot. So that's still really valuable and important. All right, and shake. It should be kind of tiring. It should be a little fatiguing. Shift the weight and take breaks if you need to. Relax and breathe here. One more time on each side. Shift and lift. And like I said, if you're finding this to be pretty comfortable, you can start to change your gaze very, very slowly and start to look around your room. Try not to dart your eyes too quickly, but yeah, look around. If you want a real challenge, try to look up to the ceiling, look behind you. Good, and one more time, switch to the other side. You should feel fatigue in your muscles surrounding the ankle. Your feet might feel a little bit fatigued. You could feel fatigue around the knee joint. And a lot of people feel fatigue around the hip too. You can see all these muscles are working really hard to keep everything stable. And if you want, you can even poke the sides of your abdomen here, and you're gonna feel your oblique, some of your core muscles working, and they'll periodically fire just to keep you upright. Very good. Okay, and switch. Now, if you have your chair in front of you, you can bring it off to the side so you can hold on to it. You're gonna take a step forward and then roll off the back toes. Come back, bring that leg back, and switch. So you're taking a step forward, your back toes, you're rolling off. So I'll just turn so you can see here, roll off your back toes, like that. And we're just gonna alternate from side to side. Roll, and then return. Step forward, and roll. Try your best not to land heavily on that lead leg. So we're gonna land softly, roll onto the toes. Roll onto the toes. Excellent things to practice when you are going for a walk, right? That big toe is designed to bend. So we want to make sure you're rolling off of that big toe. The leg that's behind you, see if you can feel your glutes and your hamstrings engage as well, right? Glutes and hamstrings. Some of the largest and most powerful muscles in your body live in the back of your legs, and they're responsible for propelling your body forward. So we want to make sure that they're working well, especially when we're walking. Good. Fantastic. Come back. Let's go into a nice wide sumo stance here. So your feet are wider than your hips. Toes are pointing out on a 45-degree angle. You're going to start with a hinge. So you're pulling your hips back just a little bit and then come back. So we'll just do that practice a couple times. Hip hinge, come back. Hip hinge. Notice my spine doesn't change. I'm not rounding my spine at all. I'm just pulling the hips back. Okay, so we're gonna hinge, pull the hips back, and then bend the knees to descend. Push the soles of the feet into the ground to come up. We'll do that 6 times. Hips back, lower down. You can have the arms in front. Good. If you're seated, we can go back to that seated good morning where you're coming forward, right, and then driving the feet into the ground. 3. Breathe out on the way up. 4. Inhale on the way down. 5. One more. And 6. Good. Bring those legs back in, and let's grab the hacky sack or a ball or a scrunched up sock, whatever you can hold in the palm of your hands, or you can just imagine that you have something too. So let's start by just wrapping it around the head. You can do this from seated as well. Okay, good way to get some mobility in through your shoulders. Okay, change directions. Right, wrap it around the head. So I see I'm passing it in front, passing behind, pass in front, pass behind. And let's try around the waist now. Pass behind, pass in front, constantly passing. And what you want to look for now is some smoothness. So try not to let the ball stop at any point. So your arms have to be really coordinated here. Change directions. Very good. Okay. Grab the ball with 2 hands, throw it up, catch. Throw it up, catch. Good. Once you get the hang of that, we'll go single hand. You can start with your dominant hand. It's always maybe a good practice to start with your non-dominant hand too, so you get a little more practice. Good. Switch hands. And if it falls, make sure that when you are bending down, we're not bending down like this, right? We're gonna get low, get the knees to bend, and it's a good way to just practice using the legs. All right, and then back and forth, hand to hand. You'll get into a nice rhythm with it. Let's go back to that double hand catch. We were talking about this earlier in the class. We're gonna throw the ball up, clap, and then catch it again. So start with 1 clap. If that feels good, try 2. Right? And I would recommend bending your knees as well here, so that you can bend your knees if you need to come down and catch it a little bit lower. See how many claps you can get in between throws. So you might have to throw it up really high. Good. Yeah, fast claps. Keep going with it. One more time. Fantastic. Woo. Go ahead and find your seat, or you can remain standing if you'd like. I think I tend to hold my breath when I'm doing that, so something to remember. I'm like out of breath. All right, let's take a deep breath in. And relax. And we're just slowing the heart rate down, slowing the breath rate down. We want to take our time here. Doesn't have to slow down right away. So each time you inhale and exhale, just make it slightly slower than the previous one. One more time. Very good work, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. I will see you on Tuesday next week, but not Friday.